Hi everybody, welcome to Omocha Reviews. Today we're gonna give you a review of the 2020 release ZA Murasame Liger by Supernova. For everybody's attention, this kit is not owned by the high-end master model line of Kotobukiya and Tommy. Instead, this is a scaled-up version of the ZA 100 Murasame Liger of Kotobukiya. But this is done by a third party instead, and that third party is Supernova. So this is perfect for those who are looking for a 172 standard size Murasame Liger kit. Yeah, especially since we don't have that right now besides this. So here's a sneak peek of the instruction manual. The manual is very clear and informative. You won't get lost with the instructions, and the photos and the text are very clear. As a bonus, the paper is really good. It's like a brochure. So yeah, it's very sturdy and it's very waterproof as well. Besides the manual, you're gonna get a cool box for the packaging. The box is well printed. It's good to display with the Zoid, and I also like how the box is smaller than the HMM Liger boxes. Now for the Liger, I first want to start with the plastic quality. As you can see, the plastic is good. The visor, which the Liger is unique for, is well made, as an example. However, it's not as good as the HMMs, obviously. The plastic is more brittle, the paint is not as good, but the paint quality and the sturdiness is good nonetheless. Though you should be wary that the edges are sharper than in HMMs, I actually cut my fingers a few times because I was not careful. Alright. For the tail, I want to give a special mention to the tail. The tail is actually a one long piece of copper wire. Yeah, they literally gave you one long piece of copper wire to act as the tail. It's cool, you could bend it however you want, and it's one piece and it's sturdy, but I think they could have done better for the tail. Now, let's talk about the assembly issues of the kit so you'd know what the assembly issues are before you buy it. Okay, so my first issue with this kit is when you assemble the eyes. I actually have a hard time with the eyes. The instructions would tell you to assemble the eyes first instead of assembling the head or the face first. You do this because there's a bolt in the eye that connects to the gray area, which is the cockpit. You actually plug that there. It took me hours to do it because I think the fitting is not good or it's not accurate. So, as a tip, I would recommend everyone to assemble the head first and then plug the eyes last. Next, the armor is very soft. So be careful when removing nubs as you can tear the nub or the part of the armor very easily with your nippers. Alright. Now for the tail. Going back to the tail, I had a hard time inserting this tail for some reason. I later found out it's because the copper was sticking out from the rubber, so I had to cut the copper with my nippers for it to fit later on. Also, this is just my personal preference, but the colors of the Liger are not accurate to the original one in the anime. It's quite far from the anime. The original had a lighter blue and a lighter yellow, but that's just me. If you don't mind it, then that's perfect. Now, last but not the least, I'd like to point out this part of the mane here. I'll just pop the mane out here, as you could see. There we go. So as you can see, there's that plastic protruding there. That's actually a tiny separate part from the head that you have to insert with your fingers. I don't understand why you just can't mold that bolt into the main when the other main parts have a bolt molded into them already. So it's really weird and it causes it to detach easily. But as I said, this is one awesome kit. For example, its strengths include the body. I absolutely love how the body is constructed. You could stretch it out horizontally and vertically, as it's divided into three segments. Unfortunately, this has no Zoid core and no pilot as well, unlike its HMM cousins. Other strengths here, the legs are very functional, so the legs move exactly how a Liger's legs should move. You could also stretch it out from the body, and yeah, the legs are very good. They're very similar to the Liger Zero HMM if you ever had one, exactly how it would function. Now for the main can be moved as well. The head can also be lifted sideways. Uh, yeah, overall you can articulate the head exactly how other HMMs would probably do it by moving the head up or the head sideways, also the mouth and the mane. You can also move it down like that. But let's not forget about what the Murasame Liger is known for, and that's its giant katana. Well, in this case, not so giant because it's not that big. But still, I love the blade. It's really well thought out. It works with a sliding mechanism where you move it 180 degrees. So you could give it various attack poses like in the anime. So this goes side to side like this. This is a standard attack for the anime. Again, my only issue is the blade is not proportionate to the Liger's size, because in the anime, the blade is actually a lot thicker than this one in this kit. It's just a little tight, but it's not a big hindrance, so you just gotta be careful to not dislodge the slider when you're posing the Liger like this. What I really like about this kit is that it's also very dexterous. Without any parts falling off, you could really pose this kit exactly like how a cat would stretch or how a cat would pose. It's more dexterous compared to the Liger Zero, so the claws can pop out as well. Yeah, but what I do like about the claws is that they can easily be inserted and they don't pose much of a hassle. So overall, I love this kit. The pros outweigh the cons. It stands well, and it can mimic a lot of what the Murasame Liger does in the anime. I do plan to paint this to fit the original design of the Liger, the lighter blue and the lighter yellow color variants, and I plan to do this with this kit right here. You also get the armor, an extra armor which is colored teal. So I plan to paint this kit here and attach it to the Murasame Liger. For the last part, I'll just show the size comparison here. So here is the Bio Volcano from the early 2000s by Takara Tomy. It's the Murasame's rival. As you can see, the 172 scale is very accurate. Absolutely love how it stacks up against the Volcano. Yeah, this is an old kit from the early 2000s that I got when the show was still airing. Next here is a Liger to Liger comparison. This is the Liger Zero Schneider HMM. As you can see, they're almost identical in size, so no problems at all with its Liger counterpart. Overall, I love this kit. It only cost me $30 versus the typical $100 that I would spend for an HMM. Took me around 10 hours to build. Hopefully, they'd release the evolutionary forms, which are the Hayate and Mugen Liger. That would be awesome. So I hope you guys found this review informative, and if you did, please hit like and subscribe. Thanks, everyone.